You've asked yourself many questions over the years about your life. For example, how do I make more money? How do I grow my business? How do I become more confident? How do I stop overthinking? And how do I finally feel consistent instead of stuck? But there's one question that determines the answer to all of them. And almost no one ever asks it. Who is the one experiencing your life? Right now, as you're listening, thoughts are appearing in your mind, right? Emotions might be moving through your body. Your body might be relaxed or tensed. You might feel curiosity, resistance, or discomfort. So pause for a moment and ask yourself, who is aware of all of this? Not what you're thinking, not why you feel the way you feel, but who is noticing it all. Because until you understand who is living your life, you will keep trying to fix your results on the surface. Money, confidence, productivity, while the root remains untouched. And when the root is untouched, results never last. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Mariam Ali Moulid, and I'm a business mentor and a mindset coach. And I work primarily with entrepreneurs, especially women who are intelligent, capable, and hardworking, yet still feel blocked, inconsistent, or stuck. They're doing everything they've been told, but something feels heavy, something feels misaligned. And deep down, they know the issue isn't the strategy. And this conversation, this question is the foundation of the work I do. From pressure, I help them build from awareness, identity, and alignment. Now, most people believe this. I am my thoughts. But neuroscience tells us something completely different, right? That thoughts arise automatically, milliseconds before conscious choice, and emotions activate in the nervous system before logic gets even involved. Yet, you can observe a thought, you can notice an emotion, you can pause before reacting, which means something extremely important, that you are not your thought. You are not the emotion. You are the one aware of them. And in neuroscience, this is called the meta-awareness, the ability to witness mental activity rather than be controlled by it, right? Now, when someone lacks awareness, you react emotionally, right? You procrastinate, you self-sabotage, you stay stuck in pattern loops, and you understand but can't change. However, when awareness increases, behavior now changes naturally. Discipline requires less force. Decisions feel much clearer. Consistency becomes lighter. Islam spoke about this long before neuroscience, you see. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ أَمْ عَلَى قُلُوبِهِمْ أَفْقَالُهَا. Right? Do they not reflect upon the Quran, or are there locks upon their hearts? Surah Al-Muhammad. Reflection, awareness, perception are linked to the qalb, the spiritual heart, not just the brain. Now, let me share something personal with you, right? There was a time in my own journey where on the outside, I was doing all the right things, right? I was learning, I was implementing, trying really hard, right? Pushing forward. But internally, I felt heavy. My mind was loud and my body was just so tense. And no matter how hard and no matter how much effort I applied, the result just didn't feel aligned. And one day, in a quiet moment where I went for a walk, notice, not while I was planning or working, I became aware of something really settled. I noticed that I was watching my thoughts as if they were passing clouds. And for the first time, I didn't follow them. In that stillness, I realized that I am not the struggle inside my head, that I am the one noticing it, witnessing it. And in that moment, something changed completely. And not because my circumstances changed instantly, but because my relationship to myself changed. And from that place, action felt cleaner, decisions felt calmer, trust replaced force. And that was when I understood that most people don't need more motivation. They need a shift in their awareness. Right, so Islam answers the identity question here, not intellectually, but experientially, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَنَفَخَتْ فِيهِ مِنْ رُوحِي, and I breathe into him from my ruh. Surah Al-Hijr, right? So you are not just flesh. You are not just a mind trying to survive. You are a spiritual being entrusted with a body and a mind. When the companions asked about the ruh, Allah responded, قُلِ الرُّوحُ مِنْ أَمْرِ رَبِّي. Say the ruh is from the command of my Lord. Surah Al-Isra. So what does this mean? This is not something you truly figure out, right? This is something you return to. The Prophet ﷺ described the state of ihsan and ta'budu Allah ka'annaka tarah, to worship Allah as if you see him. Sahih al-Muslim. Now this is conscious presence. This is awareness. This is living awake. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear, right? Your business is not limited by your skills and the strategies that you may have. It is limited, however, by your state of your consciousness. When awareness is low, you overthink decisions, you delay actions, you doubt yourself. You see, you react emotionally to results. However, when awareness rises, you respond instead of react. You act with clarity. You trust your decisions. You stay consistent without burnout. And the Prophet ﷺ says, إِنَّمَا الْأَعْمَالُ بِالنِّيَّاتِ. Actions are judged by intentions, right? Bukhari and Muslim. Now, intentions come from consciousness. And Allah reminds us, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِقَوْمٍ حَتَّى يُغَيِّرُ مَا بِأَنفُسِهِمْ. Allah does not change the condition of a people until they change what is inside of them, what is within themselves. This is in Surah Ra'd, right? Not strategy first, not effort first, but inner state first. And then everything will follow. So the real question is no longer, how do I do more? But rather, who am I being while doing it, right? Because when awareness rises, effort softens. When identity aligns, results follow. And when you lead from presence, then your business becomes purposeful. And if this conversation is resonating with you, then my program are designed exactly for this shift. Identity, awareness, and alignment. And also practical grounded business actions without burnout. So this is not about hustle. This is about leading consciously and allowing your business to grow from a place of trust and clarity. And if you're ready to explore this even deeper, then I invite you to work with me, because when awareness rises, then everything else follows, subhanallah. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.